You're listening to The John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Center. Let's get back to John with local sports talk on WILK.
Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here at WILK. It's 10:35 in the morning. I want to thank our friends at Mendocino's Pizzeria and Restaurante located in Daleville. Join us online, thejohnmendolashow.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We appreciate you chiming in here and listening into our Penn State Wilkes-Barre national champions. And the head coach is with us today, LeSean Hammett. And Coach, let's get back to another guy we're going to talk about, Jordan Williams, and talk about what he did for you this year at Penn State.
Oh, Jordan was amazing. I mean, he had some ups and downs during the season, but like any champion, they don't stay down long. They just get back to it. One of the reasons why we did lose in that conference championship game, Jordan was in foul trouble. I mean, he's our best post presence. He's the one guy on our team that just he can score, and once he sees a couple go down, he scores them in bunches. He was slighted. He wasn't an All-American, which we all were a bit upset about. But he showed the country on the biggest stage in the world that he was an All-American. I mean, 18 points, 18 rebounds in the opening in the Elite Eight game for us. 19-9. In the Final Four to get to the national championship game, and then 20-12 in the national championship game. He just played phenomenal the whole way. He got, we rode him. He put us on his back. He gave us everything he had. I mean, I told him the other night, yeah, you were slighted and you weren't an All-American, but winning a national championship and being MVP of the biggest tournament in the country is better than being an All-American.
Absolutely. Let's welcome in Jordan Williams here on the John Mendola Show. Jordan, let's talk about getting those accolades from your coach. There's so many talented guys on your team, but putting it all together, being the MVP of the national tournament, what was that like for you?
That was like an accomplishment. That was something that very well, I just felt as though it was big for me because I did have a lot of ups and downs, and through them ups and downs, I always stayed the same. I always went back to the grind. I always went back to the gym, and just having the guys around me, they always supported me. They always kept pushing me. So for me, that was like a big stepping stone for me. But in all reality, I just wanted to win, and I did everything I needed to do to help my guys win.
Amir touched on a little bit the camaraderie you guys have and just being on the same page and clicking. Second to none, you guys able to click enough to win a national title. Talk about the relationship you have with your friends there on your team, and especially going to class and then doing it in the gymnasium, making sure you guys are getting it done.
Well, here we just all about a brotherhood. Like, this is a real brotherhood. Like, the brotherhood you see at Duke, this is how we cherish these moments. Without them, none of us would be here. Nobody would have made it to the championship game. So we take being family serious here. It's more than basketball here. It's all about family. And with family, you're going to have fights, but you always going to fight for your family. I think we fight for one another every time we get a chance to.
As far as being around these coaches, LeSean, his dad, Leroy, talk about what it's like playing for them.
It's exciting because Coach got his own little ways. So when Coach get in his bag, it just be funny. But he always pushes us, and he always makes us get the best out of one another. And then with Pops, he the spiritual guy. He the one who keep us all sane. He always tell us that the Lord has a bigger plan for us. As long as we do our part, then He'll take care of the rest. And we believe in that. And before every game, we pray. After every practice, we pray. Every chance we get, we pray, because we know it's more to basketball. It's more to life. The man upstairs will always take care of you if you do your part.
For you, Detroit, Michigan, talk a little bit about some of what high school basketball was like, some of the challenges, and now here you are winning a national title here at Penn State Wilkes-Barre.
High school basketball, where I'm from, that's how you make it out. I played with some of the greatest players to ever play in Detroit, and I always grew up around basketball. And where I'm from, if you're not playing basketball, you're gonna fall for the streets. So I didn't want to be in the neighborhood. I didn't want to stay in the neighborhood. I wanted to give my mom and my little brothers the opportunity to make it out. So basketball back home really molded me to who I am today. Gave me that never give up attitude, that never die attitude. So when I'm doing bad, I'm always going to go back to the ground, and I'm always going to try to make a way for me to make it out.
Well, great to hear that you're overcoming some adversity like many of us have. And for you, the next step is you want to play overseas as well. Talk about what that goal's like, and I'm sure you can lean on your coach a little bit who has some experience.
Yeah, I mean, that goal is, it was a dream that's starting to actually come to reality. And I know with Coach Hammett that he's going to do everything that he needs to do to prepare me for the next level, and I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to grind because that's all I know. That's all I really know is just to get up and work hard, and the man above will do his part as long as I do my part.
6'9", Jordan Williams from Detroit, Michigan, winning a national championship, MVP of the national tournament there. Congratulations, Jordan.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You got it. All right, let's get over right now to Leroy Hammett, assistant coach on the program here at Penn State Wilkes-Barre. And Leroy, talk about your role and your relationship with your son and what that's like. He talked about it a couple of weeks ago when we had him in, but I want to hear from your perspective. You having a lot of fun?
I'm having a lot of fun, working with my father, working with my son. It's so good experiment, We started together when we was at Cecil College about 7 years ago. And, I told him when I first started coaching with him, I said, okay, I'm going to coach with you until we win a national championship, and after that, I'm going to retire. But, the experiment and with George and getting to know the players and stuff like that, it's just like a family, And now I say I'm going to see how my body gonna be, is my body be okay, then I'm gonna come back again and win another national championship. It's like, we are family, we are loving family together with one another. Like Jordan just said a while ago, we pray, every practice, and we go out together, we eat. It's this joy, this win a national championship. This will be around our mayor, be around Jordan, be around the whole team, I like coaching.
Getting these guys from all over the country and kind of putting it all together, a big melting pot. Okay, this guy's from Michigan or Philadelphia, or you have a local guy on the team. What's it like to kind of put that whole plan together with your son? I'm sure it's a lot of fun to say, okay, these are the parts that we need to put together, and you guys are able to put it together for a national championship.
Yes, like when we have summer break, we go back to New York and we sit down and we talk. We go out for dinner, and then we say, this is the piece of, it's like a puzzle. We go out and get the piece that we need to win a national championship from all over. The one that, from Philly, from all over the world.
You guys have done it. Let's bring your son in here, LeSean. LeSean, as far as working with your dad on a daily basis, one of you have a little different work ethic than the other. You kind of feel like both of you are pretty darn solid in that area.
I get my work ethic from my dad. I watched him get up every day and go to work. Same job, same time every morning. My father didn't take vacations unless my mother just said, hey, we're going on vacation. My dad was a workaholic. I grew up in a household where you watched your parents, work hard. So it was put in me at a young age that this is how you get the things that you want in life, by just working hard. So as a basketball player, as a student, as a college student, as a coach now, I just work hard. We work hard. We're up 2-3 o'clock in the morning watching film. He's got a pad. There's mornings he wakes me up and says, hey, listen, this is the scouting report. I watch this team and tell me what you think. And there's nights, mornings and nights I give him a scouting report and say, hey, I just watched this team and this is what I think. Check my work and then, give me your thought process. And also I have Coach Ray Harris is with us, and he works hard. We're up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, working, watching film. My goal was always, my dad used to always say to me as a player is that when you're not working, there's always somebody out there that's working. So if you don't want to get up and work today, someone else is going to work. And I just have the mentality of no one's going to work harder than me. No one's going to outcoach me. If I need to be up every day, I need to be working to make sure that the goal is complete. And because I know that there's a coach out there somewhere working to try to beat me. So I'm going to work harder to beat him. And that's pretty much been the motto of our coaching staff, is that no one's going to work harder than us. No one's going to outcoach us. We're going to always work harder than the next guy. And it started from when I was a kid with my mom and my dad, just watching them work and just prepare a better life for me and my brothers and sisters.
Leroy, you got to be awfully proud of your son, LeSean, and what he just said. A lot of credit to you and the missus.
Yes, I'm proud of my son. You know, I just want to be that role model for him, that he could be able to follow my goal, you know.
Well, congratulations. Great to see you, Leroy, LeSean, and great to see the guys. Thanks for bringing Jordan and Amir in today, and congratulations on a national championship for the Penn State Wilkes-Barre Lions.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, you got it. Well, the Penn State Wilkes-Barre Lions will get out of here, and maybe you'll take in a little parade day today, whether it's in Scranton or Wilkes-Barre. Right now, the weather's holding out, doing pretty good, but I know that storm's coming in later, so enjoy it. Soak up that sun the best you could. We're going to talk some high school basketball when we come back. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Noreen Thomas. Break like a good neighbor. Noreen Thomas and Clark Summit is there. We'll be back at WILK.